This episode is brought to you by SuperheroStuff.com, the site with the largest possible selection of superhero merchandise. Now through September, get 14% off your order when you use the promo code 2114 at checkout. Only at SuperheroStuff.com. Welcome, everybody, to a new show in the comics, Dead Edition. I'm Russell Johnson, here as always, David Cunningham.
Yo.
We are going to be reviewing on this episode of the show, Fear of the Walking Dead, episode number 1. Mm-hmm. Big anticipation for the show coming out. Very excited. It's something new, something different. Let's do a quick, thoughts.
Thoughts? First off, I was surprised a little bit that it was a 90-minute pilot.
Yeah.
I think everybody was. Everybody we talked to was like, "Whoa, it's over!" I thought that was 60 minutes, and then it was like, "Oh, we got another 30." I thought overall, quick impressions, it was good. I was in it. I'm in it for the long haul. I love some of the there's some characters that we'll talk about that I think stood out more than others. But
absolutely.
But overall, it's very interesting because of what it's doing is setting up the world that we know from the Walking Dead show.
Yeah, my initial impressions. Now I've had a couple days to digest it. Initially, I was thought it was a little slow getting into the meat of it. They did catch me in the end. The last 15 minutes really sold me on the show. They did a great job. They really kicked it into high gear. I loved how that all came together. Spoilers? No spoilers?
Oh, spoilers.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
So when they got to the end, I like how everything kind of came. I just wanted that recognition outside of the one guy who was a junkie and he saw something strange. He doesn't know if it's the drugs. He doesn't know if it's actually happened or if he's just going insane. And I thought it was a slow burn. I think it helps with the fact the tension builds based that we know what's going to happen as an audience. I think it was a great jumping on point for new fans, people who want to get involved in some zombie show. Mm-hmm. And I think the critics, not of the show, but critics in general, have said the zombie whole idea of zombie storylines has reached its peak. It's over now. Well, 10.1 million viewers, highest premiere cable show ever.
Yes.
Wrong. Still here. So great numbers on the show. People really seem to like it. I've read some pretty good reviews. So let's talk a little bit about what we expect from moving forward from here, because we have the family, and I think Nick, who's the son who starts off the whole show.
Yes.
I think he was the strongest.
Absolutely.
He had a lot. He did, as I said before, he did a lot of the heavy lifting in the show. Mm-hmm. Not that the people weren't good. I mean, they were good, but they were just they were still getting introduced. I'm sure they're going to pan out down the line. This was kind of his show with this episode, I believe.
Right.
Getting him and everyone kind of into that mindset of something really weird is happening at this point. But what do you anticipate now that the ball has started to roll at the end of the episode?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me is what separated the show obviously from the original show is you have this family that is dealing with their family issues and nothing to do with the dead yet, right? So in The Walking Dead, all we have is people trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. How am I going to eat? How am I going to survive?
Right.
Here, they're not even worried about that yet. They're not even thinking it's an afterthought that anything bad is going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm more or less, these next 5 episodes till the finale, I'm wanting to see how they evolve into survival mode, because a normal family like this, like when we see the original show, Daryl's already Daryl. Right. And Michonne's already Michonne.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They got past survival mode already, and they're in survival mode, or how they get to that mode. Now we're going to see these people get there, which obviously I don't think they're all going to make it there.
Right.
So something's going to happen. But that's the biggest thing to me. And I think that's what's so interesting about the show is that they're dealing with everything besides an apocalypse right now.
Right. And that was that's a very good point based on The Walking Dead. You're right. It's after, The Walking Dead is what happens after the movie ends.
Yes.
And this is what happens before the movie begins.
That's right.
Or really gets into it. But yeah, you're right. This is a dysfunctional family, or not dysfunctional, but they're really working on the family issues. Teenagers.
Their step parents, involved. So they're trying to get to see how. I mean, it seems like they're not even married. I don't think.
It doesn't
Travis
seem like
and,
that. That wasn't
yeah.
very clear. There were a couple things that in the show that contextually I thought needed some.
Well, because the daughter said, I think she really likes him, like so.
Right.
I don't think they're married yet. I think they're
Right.
trying it
She
out.
said, glad you moved in when he was in
Yes.
the hospital. So it was like they're in that new stage, I guess. He's still a stepdad or future stepdad or whatever it would
right.
be. So, but I did think there was one interesting character that didn't get a lot of screen time but made a very huge impact was the kid who came into school with the knife.
Yes.
I think he's going to be the survivor.
I
He's
do.
prepared. You know?
And he's in some previews, so he comes back.
He made a good point. He kind of started that ball rolling. It's like there's safety in numbers. And you think it's about bullying, which it could be.
Yes.
But it's still skewed on that whole something else is going on. Reading the internet. He's the conspiracy guy. He only had He only had like 2 scenes, but I thought he was a cool. I like how they came back to him at the end on the bus.
I agree.
It's like and
Yeah.
still wasn't made that connection yet. All right, so now we've seen the premiere episode, seen a little sneak peek what's going on. What do you give the first episode rating wise?
We usually do like a 5-star rating, so I'd say I'd put it on a 4-star, 4 out of 5 in my book. I think
Okay.
it was up there. If you want to kind of compare it to the pilot of The Walking Dead, like the pilot of The Walking Dead was probably 4.5, close to 5. Because I think, but again, we had source material to
Right,
kind of compare it
exactly.
to.
Yeah.
We don't have that here, but no, I think it's very strong. I was engaged, and I was. Normally I'm watching DVR. I actually watched this live,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it was pretty good. I had me going, had me wanting to see more.
I would give it 3 only based on the fact that, again, I thought it was a little, but that was just, this is coming from someone who's read, you and I both have read the comics, seen the TV show, watched all the episodes. So it just, that build up for me just dragged a little bit. Not the show's fault. I know why they're doing it. So that's the only reason I'm going to knock it down a star. But long haul, I anticipate good things from it. I was excited about it. Thought it was great. And look forward to episode 2, which seems to have a lot more action in it. Seems like they really, now that the family, or at least these 3 main characters know what's happening, it's just going to snowball from there.
Absolutely.
As what was the quote, cameraman Chad, about the zombie apocalypse once it starts? It snowballs quickly, or...
Once society falls, it falls quickly.
There you go.
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
society
yeah,
falls,
yeah.
it falls
Falls
quickly.
quickly,
So
yeah.
I think that's going to happen. All right, so guys, this is our inaugural episode. We do have a viewer question already,
Already, yeah.
and we haven't. Nope. Hopefully, you're one
From our only viewer right now.
Viewer right now.
So,
so what is the question, Mr. Viewer?
Yeah, I was wondering, like in the Walking Dead, how the first group calls them walkers, and then they meet other people and they call them biters, and they have all these different names. What do you think this group is gonna call the zombies?
Oh man.
Great question. I don't know the answer to it.
Yeah, I don't either. Oh man.
What are they being called in The Walking Dead? They call walkers, biters,
I think
roamers.
Yeah.
Can we use undead? Has everybody used undead yet? Or
I
is
don't
that like
think
a
so.
copyright thing
I
too?
really
I
think.
don't know if that sounds good though, like undead.
I really think. I'm gonna go with. I think they're gonna talk about them being the infected right now, because I don't think they're gonna really realize that they're
that could be
dead.
good. That could be a good one.
That there's, because remember, even the kids say they don't know if it's a
Right,
virus
exactly.
or it's a microbe. They might think these people are just infected, and that's why the CDC gets involved and all this stuff, because they think it's like something that's curable. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
I think
they're gonna call
something
them
along the
infected.
lines, something along those lines, some sort of infection or something.
Yeah.
that'd be. I think it'd be a good name for them. So real quickly, we talked about this briefly before. We've talked about in The Walking Dead, they've tried in a little tiny ways to say what started it all. Why is this happening?
yeah,
This show brings up the question: are they really going to try to figure out, or? In my opinion, just from the get-go, there's so much going on with everything collapsing that it's going to take a while for them to get to that point where they're going to wonder, or they're going to get into the nuts and bolts of why this is happening. Right now, they're going to be in survival mode, I think, at least initially, because all the stuff. Because you saw, like, when the guy was being, you saw why things get. I think what's interesting about the show, you can see why it gets out of control so fast. The guy who was in the car accident, and they showed that video, and paramedics on him, helping him. Boom, he gets bit. And he goes after everybody. They shoot him. They don't know what to do. No one knows how to stop him at this point. So that's why it just snowballs so quickly as far
Right.
as everybody gets infected and just doesn't know how to handle the situation. So Do you think they'll get to that point? Do you think this is going to be a show that's going to answer that question or try to answer that question?
The short answer, no, I don't think so. I think Kirkman's.
Do you want him to?
Wow, that's tough.
Because the show survived this long, or The Walking Dead has, and I think.
Yeah, I think it's like I think it's like the Joker. I don't want to know the origin. I think
Kind of the same way.
I think at this point, if whatever it is could be a letdown. So
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
That's a good
let's just chalk it up. And I don't think he's going to do it. I think he's pretty adamant about keeping it secret, even if he even knows what it is. I don't even know if he knows.
I concur.
Do you think Kirkman actually knows what it is? I know what.
I don't know.
We know that when he submitted it.
I don't know.
When he submitted it to Image, he pitched it as an alien virus. But he always had the intent, like, I'm never going to use that.
I think maybe most writers have an idea of what they want to. Like I've written zombie stuff before, and I had an idea of what it was supposed to be, but you always kind of get away from that because you just want to focus on the people's survival in this atmosphere and this new way of life. So I think most writers have an idea, but whether they use it or not, I don't know. But I'm like you. I think it's like a Joker thing. I'd rather just have that evil and fear and all that there, and just kind of deal with it and not worry about it, where it comes from. Makes it more mysterious, makes it creepier, I think.
Totally.
All right, so any final thoughts?
No.
Tune
in next week.
First Dead edition. We're going to do this every week for Fear the Walking Dead and preparing for The Walking Dead.
Season 6.
Season 6. Got lots of good stuff coming up here. New things coming up with The Walking Dead. More towards stuff we've been reading for a while now,
yes,
so hopefully that'll
absolutely.
come into fruition.
Absolutely.
So thanks for watching. We're going to keep doing some more of these as we go along. But yeah, this is In the Comics Dead Edition. Guys, thanks for watching. We will see you next week.